Hey, what's up, guys? This is Justin Compton here again, checking in with you guys. We are 3 weeks out right now. This video is a 4 week out recap. I woke up this morning weighing in at 262 pounds. I kind of dipped a little bit lower than that this week. I know I feel back up, and this is where I think I've looked my best thus far. I've obviously got, a few more pounds to go this prep. But, in this video, you guys can see my conditioning, that I'm not behind by any means. I'm never behind on conditioning. That's what I've always preached to people. That's what wins shows. And I'm planning to hopefully bring the best conditioning on the stage, in 3 more weeks at the Arnold. I mean, I don't know if it'll be enough, but I know that it's going to be the best Justin that I've ever been able to bring. And I'm happy with that. But that alone is a win itself. That being said, kind of brings me to my next topic of having a good support team around. I know this is something that people talk about all the time, but I feel like, I really just need to give some appreciation back on this to the people around me that have helped me the greatest this prep. As Matt comes in, he trains with me, drives out of his way on his dime, 5-6 days a week, just to come train with me and make sure that every workout is on point and everything goes the way it's supposed to go. And and it's also a nice little mental stress, or not stress, a mental relief, to being able to talk and kind of vent. When you're in prep, most bodybuilders, I find, we tend to kind of shut down mentally at the end of our prep as well. So being able to have someone close to talk to and just hang out with is definitely helpful. Keeps the cortisol a little bit lower. And, it also brings me to talk about Hani is, most of you guys know that I do my own diet and stuff, but Hani is continually checking on me 2, 3, 4 times a week. And he doesn't have to, is what I want to stress to people, is where he's not really taking on the role of coaching me. Really, it doesn't, he doesn't have to check in on me. He does have a wife. He has a kid. He has a business. He has a couple of business endeavors. And the guy probably gets more phone calls than he knows what to do throughout the day. But, yeah, he still manages to take the time out of his day to call me and talk to me for, an hour or two on the phone and answer anything I have. And, just small chit-chat, catching up, again, just venting and making things comfortable. And we work out any details. We're working out all the details right now of getting the appearance schedules lined up at the Arnold, so therefore we're staying on top of things. And we're going to make this a nice, stress-free experience. We talked about getting my tour lined up in Australia and New Zealand, which I'm super, super stoked about. I've talked to Tony this week, and, we have my flight arrangements taken care of. Never been to Australia. This is going to be a very exciting and very good experience for me. And then we're going to be going to New Zealand the following weekend at Mo's show at the New Zealand Pro. I've never been there either, and I've heard that these are 2 of the most beautiful countries in the world, so I'm very thankful and very honored to be able to get a chance to experience this. Having a support team around, I have Ani, I have Matt, but, all my other sponsors, they do just as much work as well to the best of their ability. For example, LSR, I don't know if a lot of you guys know that I'm, know which, especially a lot of rookies and stuff, they don't know which tanning companies to go with. And I'm not going to dog on any other company, as I really don't have any experience with them. All I can speak for is the LSR team, and I did a lot of appearances this year, and they were at every single one of them, and they take care of me. And even as the guest poser, who doesn't have to look perfect, nobody, if your tan's a little off as the guest poser, it really doesn't matter. You're not being judged, but this team really makes sure that I have makeup on if I need it. Like Misty from Liquid Sun Rays will walk around and pat me down if I need be, if I start sweating, if the auditorium's hot and I've been there for 10, 15 minutes posing. I mean, I really just couldn't ask for a better team. So when you guys think about, maybe doing your first show or second show or, whatever you want to do, you need to think about spending a little extra money and actually having a lot of your work done professionally. I think everyone out there will agree that they have bought cheap and got cheap. That statement goes for everything in life, whether you're buying a vehicle, whether you're buying a house, whether you're at the grocery store. When you see something that looks too good to be true and you're trying to save $1 here and save $1 there, most likely you need to just man up and, pay the price. And it's not expensive either. And when I say that it's not expensive, is a lot of people don't realize, or they don't think about the long haul of this, that most competitors have to diet anywhere from 10 to some people up to 20 weeks. That's a long time on that treadmill. You're dieting, you're training, you're slaving yourself, you're suffering, you're sacrificing, and you're putting that much work into your body. Most likely you're putting the correct nutrition in your body. But then when you see the finished product at the end of the day, you can always tell who took the cheap way out. And they look like they're on stage, they've been mud wrestling in a diaper. I don't understand this, because they tried to do their tan themselves, or they went with a cheap quality product, or they try to do some type of local spray tanning, which usually is not near good enough for the stage. So they end up coming out like they've taken a mud bath. And then trunks is a very big deal as well. When you walk on that stage and you're presenting a high quality physique, you need to have everything. This is for the men and the women. You guys need to have a good suit. You need to look very presentable. I mean, again, this is something I can only speak from my personal experience with, as I've only used CJ's trunks, Cynthia James, and she always makes them to 100% perfection. If you have any flaws with them, which I never have, but she's basically called me before to make sure that everything fit fine, everything looked good, it was to my spec. So it's just a matter of having everything in line. And I feel like a lot of people, they'll steal from Peter to pay Paul. And to be your best on stage, you're going to have to, you need to just go all out. That way you present the best package that you can possibly present. And, I told some of you guys that I'm taking on a little bit different role this week. I don't have any footage of it, as you'll see next week. There will be, though. This speaks to about me giving back a little bit. I've been going to the gym for about 12 years now. So, I consider myself a bodybuilder for about 10. And after 12 years of going to the gym, I have finally convinced my mother to actually start working out. This is a huge accomplishment to me. I've been pushing her for years to eat better, to take care of herself. And it's not the fact that she's definitely not overweight by no means. And she definitely doesn't eat bad by any means. But I think everyone, has the room for improvement. And I have got her into the gym, and I'm actually going to be taking the role on of training her one-on-one, just to make sure that she gets to do everything, right. She does the right form. And I don't want her to be paying a personal trainer to be texting on his phone while she's supposed to be working out. If people's going to pay hard money, you need to pay attention to them in the gym. And I know she wouldn't get that with very many people. And I feel like, my mom and my dad, both of them, has been very good to me over the years. They've provided for me. They've taken well. I couldn't ask for a better family. And I feel like this is like, bodybuilding is something I'm good at. Fitness is something I'm good at. And this is my one chance to really, truly give back to her and, show her, what I'm capable of doing and get her in the best shape of her life after 60. We are not trying to get her on a master stage or anything. I just want my mom, my family to be healthy. I'm hoping I can spread this to the rest of my family. But, that's a work in progress. I got one, so we'll work on the rest later. But next week, you guys will actually get to see me doing some one-on-one training with her, and maybe throw in a little bit of posing next week myself, and just keep you guys updated on the spill of what's going on. But for now, tune in next week for the 3-week out recap.
Might not be the most impressive weight. That's how you work that. 4 weeks, show and tell.